The ones who support him are suburban, rural, and probably not that well educated.
You mean like those people over there?
Yep.
Okay. What made you come to the conclusion to kind of categorize people like that based on their political leanings?
I watch the news.
Whoa! A lib is brainwashed into thinking all Trump supporters are bad, specifically racist. Welcome back to the JP React channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. This is where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants and Satan, shine the light of awareness on woke absurdities, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters, because truth conquers. Now, some of the freedom fighters out there that are helping truth be exposed so truth can do its conquering of all lies, hypocrisy, and deception is a YouTube channel called Liberty Hangout. We're going to review a video of theirs today of a lib who's brainwashed by the TV. You saw it at the top of the video saying, I know this because I watch the news. But first, shout out to Liberty Hangout and their YouTube channel. You can find them on YouTube at Liberty Hangout. Now, part of truth conquering is just learning what people think. One of the things I think Liberty Hangout does so well, and you'll see it here, is the interview where she's not pushing people, she's not being combative. She's just asking them questions and following up with more questions. And in a case like this, you arrive that a liberal is thinking something absurd, like Trump is racist. And through the line of questioning, you realize that is fueled by absolutely nothing but emptiness. I can't wait to watch with you, so let's dive in.
Those people over there?
Yep.
Okay. What made you come to the conclusion to kind of categorize people like that based on their political leanings?
I watch the news.
I can't see that part enough. I watch the news. Like, this is like a credential of mine. I watch the news. I'm a PhD from Harvard. I'm a doctor. I watch the news.
Do you honestly think that most of his supporters are racist or prejudiced?
Yes,
Okay.
I
Would
do.
you be willing to go over and talk to one right now and maybe see if we can bridge a divide and
No.
maybe talk?
Absolutely not. I haven't got time for them. I don't have time for them.
You wouldn't be willing just to hear their side and maybe prove you wrong so you can have a different outlook on a majority of the country?
No.
I like that. It's a very willing person to explore their own ideas. I think every Trump supporter is racist. Well, that's a big thing to believe. Do you want to go over and talk to them and see if that's true? No. I have a very open mind here.
So right behind us there are, I think they said, the silent majority. They're Trump supporters kind of doing a protest or something, and you just shouted something. Can you repeat what you're saying?
I told them to keep America racist. Of course, I don't believe that.
I think it's great. White people calling other people racist, specifically a white person calling other white people who are doing nothing visibly racist.
That's what they believe. So we need to call them out on it every single time.
Do you want to go see if that's what they believe? No, I know what they believe. Like, asking them what they believe would offer no usable information in understanding what they believe. I don't have time for that.
Absolutely. What makes you think that just those people over there would support that?
Well, they support the president. The president's a racist.
No, okay, big claim. The president's a racist. Now, Joe Biden gave a eulogy at the funeral of a KKK leader, called him a great friend and mentor. She's not talking about that president being racist. She's talking about Trump being racist. Who said this?
I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country.
Dude, that's a weird form of racism. A guy who says, it's like, I'm going to say I love them and I'm going to do things to help them because I don't love them.
Including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina.
Which, by the way, what you're hearing President Trump say now, it's not just empty words. It's things he's actually done.
Which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. Done so much, and you know, and I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money, they were stone cold broke, and I saved them, and I gave them long-term financing, and nobody else was doing it.
And he goes on, but just I wanted you to have a firsthand look at how correct this liberal lady is about Trump being a racist. Get back to the video in just a second, but first, if you're like me, you probably know your health is the most important asset you have. And also, if you're like me, you live a busy life and you don't have time to do 27 different things on a daily basis to take care of your health. like you need to. But what if I told you there was a single thing you can do that takes care of multiple facets of your health all at one time? Like helping boost your metabolism, reduce stress, improve your detoxification, help you sleep better, and give you more energy. Well, that thing is here, and it's the Bond Charge Infrared Sauna Blanket. It's the easiest, most convenient, affordable way to get all the benefits of an infrared sauna from the comfort of your own home. I use the Bond Charge Infrared Sauna Blanket at least 3 times a week. It heats up super fast, it's easy to clean up and put away, so you don't have a bunch of space taken up your home with a big, blocky, expensive sauna system. Bond Charge makes it easy. They ship worldwide in rapid time, offer easy returns and exchanges, and the sauna blanket comes with a 12-month warranty. Also, all Bond Charge products are HSA, FSA eligible, offering you up to a 40% tax-free savings. So to help protect, preserve, and strengthen the most important asset you'll ever have, which is your health, get your Bond Charge Infrared Sauna Blanket at bondcharge.com/JPReacts and use the discount code JPReacts to get 15% off everything Bond Charge offers. Now back to the video.
I mean, it's kind of those logical, problems
So
that you do in
something
school.
that I see a lot of people, a lot of Trump supporters ask is, where is the proof that he is racist? Do you want to set that to bed and give us the proof?
I would say every other tweet would be proof right there. When he talks about African Americans,
Every other tweet.
he calls out African American athletes, for whatever malfeasance he sees.
Which, by the way, I love Trump and how he says it like it is. Just because someone is black doing something corrupt, like the district attorney Alvin Braggs in New York, or calling out athletes like Colin Kaepernick, he's not anti-racist. Whether they're black, white, or any other tonality of melanin, he'll call it out. Where I'm guessing this person, she could probably watch a friend of hers get mugged on the street by what she would call a person of color and be unwilling to condemn the action. Well, I'm sure it was okay. It was okay because he was black.
I mean, God, what are all the others?
I mean, there's so many, I can't even think of any of them.
And attacks on the new congresswoman of color and his comments about the congressman from Baltimore. I mean,
I know, like when someone's acting against the American Constitution, being a communist, trying to install a nefarious agenda into America, how dare Trump call them out?
the list is endless.
It's almost endless, but it ends at 2 things.
Has been a big one, Baltimore. Can you go more into depth about how that is the R word?
I'm sorry?
How is that racist? Because a lot of people, I've seen so many people, that's not racist. Let's put it to bed. What makes his statements about Baltimore racist?
I can't put my...
Well, because
Obviously, because I said it. I don't know why he said it. Because I'm brainwashed by the TV.
he's saying it to a black congressman, and he's saying, the place you live in is, a rat hole or whatever it was he said.
These people, he can't, call out black Congress people. That's terrible. These are the same people that would see a child predator under the flag of LGBTQ, see them doing predatory things and be like, dude, you can't call them out. It's fine that they're doing that. Look, they're in a protected class. The predator is in a protected class. They're not a predator. They're great. Here's my kid. Do it to my kid. Equity.
Okay. So do you think if Elijah wasn't a person of color, do you think it would still be prejudice or racist?
Yeah.
Perfect logic. If they weren't black and Trump still called them out, would that still be racist? Yes. Yes. The white person calling out another white person is complete discrimination against blacks.
I do, because you know what? Those are urban areas. And when you're talking about
When the TV brainwashes you, you'd think they ideally would give you several levels of washing under the superficial washing. The superficial washing says, here's what you believe. And then when they're asked why, it's like, give them a second layer of brainwashing so they can answer that question and not look like a total hypocritical moron.
urban areas, a lot of times you're talking about people of color. And let's face it, the urban people are not the ones supporting him. And I don't mean, by urban, I don't mean black. I mean people who live in cities. The ones who support him
3 contradictions in the last 20 seconds. Go on.
are suburban, rural, and probably not that well educated.
You mean like those people over there?
Yep.
Okay. What made you come to the conclusion to kind of categorize people like that based on their political leanings?
I watch the news and I read what Trump says, and when I see people like those
She reads reports on what Trump says. She doesn't read what Trump says.
folks saying make America great again, what they mean is we're really glad that there isn't a black man in the White House.
Dude, that's exactly what make America great again means. I'm glad there's not a black man in the White House. She's a good translator. Oh, that's what you said. Well, let me tell you what you mean by what you said. Dude, and how much would she appreciate it if you listened to her words and then you came up to her and said, here's what you mean by what you said.
How do you put those two together?
Because America was damn great when Obama was in the White House. And here's the other thing too. They actually, at one point, I remember when they were first running, Michelle Obama said something about let's make America great, and all the other right-wingers jumped all over it and said, how in the world can she say America's not great? But Trump comes out and says, make America great again. Oh, and that's fine? Why? Because the white guy said it?
So maybe when Michelle Obama said make America great, she was saying, I'm glad there's not a black guy in the White House. But that black guy was her or his husband. The logic of this lady, it adds up to some interesting conclusions.
No.
So do you honestly think that most of his supporters are racist or prejudiced?
Yes, I
Would
do.
you be willing to go over and talk to one right now and maybe see if we can bridge a divide and
No.
maybe talk?
Absolutely not. I don't have time for them.
You wouldn't be willing just to hear their side and maybe prove you wrong so you can have a different outlook on a majority of the country?
No.
Certainty feels like truth. Therefore, I will believe that my sense of certainty correlates to truth because the sense of security and safety is something I mistake as truth. Therefore, what I'm certain I believe is true.
I don't have time for the rhetoric. I don't know if you ever
understand what's really going on. I mean, Mueller testifies. Even the Attorney General and all of the president's appointees completely misconstrue the truth. They'll say anything they don't, without any support. It's ridiculous. I
Russia collusion? Is that real in your mind?
mean, no one cares. The president lies every single day.
What did he lie about today?
I'm not sure what he lied about today.
Yeah, I mean, let's not ask me questions that cause me have to expand on the thing I just said that I don't know why I said it because again, the TV brainwashed me. I don't know why I say what I say.
What about
He
yesterday?
lied about something. Well, I just know that after the Mueller
Yesterday, well, I don't know about that, but every single day.
testimony, he came out and he again tried to categorize it as a witch hunt and said that it showed, completely cleared him that it was exonerated. There was no collusion, and that is just a complete.
No collusion with Russia. How dare that report find out reality when that's not what I believe.
Misrepresentation of what the Mueller report said. The only reason he's not being indicted is because you cannot indict a sitting president.
I don't know if they know, but he's not a sitting president, and he's been very indicted.
Yeah, if he wasn't president, he'd be in jail.
So I offered her a chance to talk to someone that she is categorizing. She's never talked to these people behind me. She's never witnessed anything that they said. She's never even met them before or seen them before, but she didn't want to go talk to them to see if her predispositions about them are true. So she's going to walk away today still with that hate in her heart, still with this weird notion that everybody over here is racist or they hate black people or they just don't care about anybody in general. And that's really, really sad because I was under the assumption that the left were loving. I was under the assumption that they were considerate and they were compassionate for all people.
Now, the libtard may have been unwilling to go over and speak to the Trump supporters to see if her beliefs about them being racist and stupid and uneducated were true or not. But the reporter from Liberty Hangout did go over to the Trump supporters to ask them. Let's take a quick look.
There was a lady that walked by that said that you guys were the R word and that you were prejudiced and you hate minority people. And I offered her, I said, can we go over together and maybe have a conversation with one of them and maybe we can see if that's true or not. She said, no, I don't have time for that.
I would have totally 100% been down for that.
I personally love being called a racist as a Mexican.
I love being called racist as a Mexican. Man, that's fun. So with that said, I think the moral of the story is it's way easier for liberals to be brainwashed by the TV. Why? Because the vast majority of mainstream media and the major corporate cable channels obviously run leftist propaganda left and right. Can you have someone on the right who's brainwashed? Absolutely. Don't pretend that's not possible, or else you might more easily fall for the brainwashing if you don't think it's coming for you. But nonetheless, this has been a good lesson in what a liberal looks like who is heavily brainwashed by the TV. With that said, my beautiful freedom-loving friend, let me know your thoughts that come up about this video in the comments below. I'll look forward to seeing you on our next video. But until then, maybe take your TV in the backyard and shoot it.